Please obtain your tickets. The official is your 32nd warning. Please take to the field, ready to play. This is your 32nd warning. Please take to the field, ready to play. The lane 50 seconds is 20 seconds away.
Welcome back to the Highfields Sports Complex here at the University of Nottingham. And the action comes thick and fast. We've got a women's open match now as Belgium take on Scotland. And Ben is still with me. And this one is going to have a lot to live up to after the last game.
I need to have some. I've just had some sweets because I need some sugar after that game. We got into it a bit too much. It was a cracking game, but I'm really interested to see how Scotland bounced back after their defeat to England earlier today. And do they finish with start with a score? No, good touch between the two middles. I actually didn't know how Belgium did earlier today, John. Do we know, or are you just going to have a... Sorry, I've now put John under pressure, so apologies. As we look, Scotland are going to run an open side.
Belgium lost 14-1 to Wales. Scotland losing 11-1 to England in the games earlier today. England 6 out of 6 at the top of the table. Scotland in third place though with 4 wins and 2 losses, so they will want to win. They're level with France at the moment.
Okay, interesting. So there's a bit of confusion on field at the moment. Hannah Crisp ran an open side quickie. I don't really know what happened. I think the Belgian player didn't make the touch, and she said that she didn't. The referee thought she did, started to say 6th touch, but great honesty from the Belgian players here. They've said we didn't make the touch, and that's what we all love about this sport, that there's so much honesty. They all stood still and said, this should be a score, can you come and award it? And the referee did. So it's 1-0 to Scotland.
So Scotland in the lead already. Belgium look to try and get straight back with their first drive of the game, and they're looking very static, to be fair.
So they're going to send a sweeper. She's gone very wide, so I don't think there's any real threat here, but they do check it back. Oh, no.
Yeah, Belgium looking for their first win of the competition at the moment. As Scotland start again, we're going to hand back over to the studio. Ian has got a guest with him. Over to you, Ian.
Yeah, good stuff. Thanks, John. I'm delighted to say we're joined by Sean from that thrilling game we've just seen, England-France. So, Sean, first of all, congratulations, but it was quite a physical game out there, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was intense. We spoke about being disciplined. We've not hit the ground running yet. I think, we're still at 60-65%, and we spoke about being a bit more intense. A few times, especially when we're attacking, we're a little bit lateral sometimes. We're not, taking advantage. So we want to be a bit more up front, a bit more physical with them, and take it to them as well, because we know when we get a roll on, normally teams can catch us doing that roll, and we've got some pace that we to burn. So we just wanted to make sure we get on that front. And like I said, I don't mind a bit of a physicality game as well, getting a bit more into the mix than that.
Can you hear the crowd going wild? Because there was one man in particular who was screaming, shouting his way. A certain man from Wigan. Could you hear this man from up here?
Oh, good way, mate. You can hear him back home. I mean, it's a very distinct voice as well, isn't it? Let's face it. It's like, those, but yeah, I mean, we're loving the support. Like I said, everyone's been amazing. Any team that's nearby, they're coming over and watching. Like I said, the support's fantastic. It really is. It lifts you as well. Lifts you, puts you in the right spirit.
Jordan.
It was sort of an individual question for you, Sean. Obviously, you're making your debut for England and your first Euros. How are you finding? Obviously we're 3 days in now. It might be a little bit. Obviously, we've played 2-day tournaments together, but day 3, day 4, day 5, that's when things will start changing for you. How are you finding it all so far?
Yeah, at the moment not too bad. Body, touch wood, it's alright. Body's feeling good. I think it's just about getting hydrated afterwards. It's all the boring stuff in it, like you need to concentrate on. It is. It's what you get told. Drink water, stretch off, do all the cool downs, do your wipers. Just have our Aussie captain in there as well with those. It's just about looking after yourself. Like I said, at the moment feeling good. I think we're all looking after ourselves, doing the right things, and at the moment it feels good. We're on a roll. We're undefeated still, and I think we've just got that momentum. And momentum's key in any sport, but especially now. If we can take this undefeated run, keep it going. We'll plough through to Saturday.
Something we noticed, and I've noticed a few times watching you over the past few days, you have quite a unique sort of pre-game chant. And it's correct me if I'm wrong, but it's unique to each game as well.
Yeah.
Basically, if you didn't catch it before, the Mixed 30s do a chant with a different song every time from your playlist. So on that theme, your question for today, and I think I might know what it is, but what's your karaoke song?
I mean, it's got to be Backstreet Boys. I Want It That Way. Absolute unbelievable. You want to give us a little bit? Okay, need to end the rhyme. You are my fire, the one desire. Believe when I say I want it that way.
Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a high.
Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a mistake.
Now number 5.
I never wanna hear you say I want it that way.
God, I've got to say, that was really good.
That was the best one. He's got a great voice, Sean.
Well, on that note, and it was a very good note as well, we've got to hand back to John and Ben to catch back up with Scotland and Belgium.
How do we follow that?
Which way? So
I'm not singing. I really wouldn't want to inflict that on anybody listening today.
I know Sean, and he loves a sing song. It's his wedding next year, and he is going to be rocking the mic because it's his day, and he's got his day against that French team. As Scotland score another score back here.
Lucy Witherspoon, it's Scotland's day at the minute. They're
Yeah,
4
absolutely.
ahead. Really good try here. Seeing as it is worked over to the left-hand side. Acres of space for Lucy Witherspoon to pop it down. And Scotland are 4-0 ahead after just 6 minutes. And it's looking ominous for Belgium already.
Yeah, unfortunately it is. They're, in defence they're very tight, but because the Scotland girls the Scotland women can throw the ball quite a far distance, they're able to get on the outside, and in attack Belgium are just a little bit behind where they need to be. They've got one. It was so close. They just seem a little bit unstructured, and hopefully over time, they're here to learn. Again, we spoke about, I think it was the Belarus team, was it? Did we speak about yesterday? Bulgaria. Apologies. They're here to learn, and they're here to gain as much experience as possible to take back to Belgium and improve their game, and that's what they'll do, and that's what they'll take out of this tournament.
And that's the thing, it's not only about winning. I mean, there are teams who have come specifically to try and win this tournament, but there are other teams here who want to learn, who want to get better, who want to develop.
Absolutely, everybody comes here for a different reason, and everyone's got an end goal and an end outcome. And Belgium's here will be, how do they learn? How do they get better? Who can they speak to make their touch in Belgium better? They'll be picking everybody's brains. You spoke to Peter Walters yesterday, Mr. Touch, who's with Sweden this week, and he could, if 1 hour with them, they'll get so much more knowledge than they'll ever get by speaking to him and all the different coaches. Just being on this field with these girls from Scotland. They've got an intercept. Are we going all the way? I think this might be Belgium's 4th score of the try. Keep going.
Sprinting away, she's gone away. Brilliant. And the joy on the sub box. They love that. A brilliant interception.
Best celebration of the day.
Let's look at the replay here.
And
brilliant.
The speed that she's got here. She just keeps going. She thinks, she doubts herself, and then she's in. What a
she
score.
Just turns away. It was Stephanie Tulloch and Lucy Witherspoon who were pursuing her. But Sis Dazzler sprints away.
With a Bobby Dazzler of a score there. No, very well amazing. Thank you. I'm definitely clipping that one up for later. But no, we were speaking about Belgium and their goals, And something like that. We'll remember that now. She's been to a European Championship. She's caught an intercept at halfway, and she's gone that off the rest of the field to score. That is something that they're going to take away.
There's something like that is the lift it's going to give them as well, because you saw the reaction
the
on
smiles,
the
the celebrations. That's what they're here for, and it's amazing. It's so good to see. Sometimes we take sport so serious, and actually we should look back at why we play the sport, and it's the enjoyment side, and that is the real reason.
And it's Scotland who are pressing again. They're looking to get their 5th try of the game. Belgium tightened up a bit, and getting that score will give them a bit of confidence, and they've defended well here.
They're just going to run a normal quickie, regular quickie.
So I think.
Yeah, and that was just a regular quickie, step back and dive in between the two middles. So again, maybe we just need the Belgians just to tighten up a bit more in defence. But again, that's something that they'll pick up over time.
So 5-1. Let Scotland lead now. It's a good drop shoulder and put down by Hannah Smith. 10 minutes gone. 5-1 Scotland lead. Belgium from the tap off. Can they build on Sis Dazzler's breakaway try?
Unfortunately not. There was an over the mark there, so the referees pinged them for that, and Scotland have got a new set of 6. Started with Hannah Crisp. We've actually not spoken about Hannah Crisp currently at the moment. She's, the speed that she's got, she will really take this Scottish team forward.
Great MC skills as well.
Has she really?
Yeah, she was obviously at the opening ceremony.
Oh, was she? I missed that.
Yeah. And she goes bursting through this time. It's touched on the way through. I think it's still Scotland's ball.
Yeah, I think they've got Belgium have given away a penalty. So Hannah Crisp again started on their own try line, now on the Belgium 7-metre line. She'll look to set up. She's just going to run a regular quickie. She doesn't give the ball. She didn't get the setup she wants. I think she's definitely telling people that she didn't get the setup she wants. So she's now walked back. She's taking over the space that we didn't need. Hannah didn't like that setup either. So just slowing it down a bit here. They just need to work on how they set up here. And they go for a quickie play. Can they look at the right hole? Hannah gets the ball back. She's pointing where the ball should have gone. Again, the Scotland women have had a really tough day. They had a tough game against England. This is about them learning to get even better than they currently are. So, and Hannah picks up short side. She throws that ball long. She wanted it long last time. She's got it long this time.
And that all really came from Hannah Crisp. She was directing the play all the way through, and she got what she wanted.
Yeah,
ball goes out to the right hand side.
General comes to mind there, doesn't it? Yeah. She was ordering around the field. She picks up and goes, I'm going to do it instead, and goes long.
So Scotland have their 6th. Belgium start again.
Belgium just drive in and they're going to pick up. They're going to go short. They're going to go long side. Apologies, and it was just a drop ball.
That's a shame because there was space opening up on the left hand side there, and I think that was where they was working towards. Scotland over halfway.
Yeah, the substitutes coming on now. They're going to drive in between the middles and look for a scoop, I believe, or they're going to go for a 32. They're actually going for a 32 option. It's going to be a long ball. Can they get on the outside? Good goose step. Good pass.
Oh, great take.
Scotland number 4, Lucy Witherspoon.
Witherspoon again, pops the ball down, and that's her 2nd of the game.
Great pass by Scotland's number 5, Hannah Smith. She gives the little goose step. She throws the long ball and then she substitutes off. It's not bad for her at the moment.
So 7-1 Scotland lead. again. What is good to see is that they're in the sub box. They're talking to each other. Belgium. They're running through things. It's not as if they're just standing hands on hips and accepting their fate. They're communicating with each other to try and improve things each time they go out there.
Absolutely, and that's all they can do. That's all they can do. You know, they can talk about what they want to do and then try and execute that out on the pitch, and that's sometimes the most difficult thing. They actually know what they want to do, but they can't execute it because they've not played at this level or this speed before. But if they're not doing that, then they won't. You know, they can't help themselves at all. So they're actually really trying to help themselves, and over time they'll understand that the speed of the speed that they need to play at, and they will get there.
And Hannah Crisp is on again, and once again she's directing things. And now there's space again on the left-hand side, and once again it's Lucy Witherspoon who pops it down, and I think that's a hat-trick.
I think it is, and we're only 15 minutes into this game. I would put some money on that she's going to score again today, and especially in this game.
Let's see this one from...
Yeah, so Hannah Crisp just takes a dump on the link, splits naturally, and throws the ball to the wing for a dot down there.
Scotland dominating the game so far. Of course, Belgium down out on that interception try.
And so would I.
And I think their goal is going to be to just try and get another score on the board, isn't it?
Absolutely. Give themselves another opportunity to get that score. Again, their goals are as big as anyone's, but they might not be what we think they should be. Well, no, sorry, that's the wrong phrase. Their goals are massive, and they want to try and achieve that. And with Scotland dropping the ball now, they're going to try and get that extra score.
Yeah, good opportunity for them with a fresh set of 6. Gives them the chance to drive towards the line.
I'd like to see Belgium go forward a bit more here. They're going laterally a bit. So if they go forward now, which what they are doing, if they scoop, can they throw the ball back? No, good dive, but good touch as well. But when Belgium do go forward, they give themselves an opportunity. When they go sideways, just a bit of a confusion here. The Belgium number 6 who had that great dive, Sistka, she dived at the line, but it was a turnover. So the referee got that one wrong.
So Scotland drive again. They bring players out of their sub box. Back into the middle now. 7 metres out.
It's a long ball again. Step back.
Lucy Witherspoon's there, but on the left-hand side, but not needed as they dive through the middle. And this time it's Carmen Crete who puts the ball down. Apologies, not Carmen Crete, it was Hannah Smith.
Yeah.
No, I'm getting you. I saw the top bar, it looked like a 6.
No, I understand.
And that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it.
I think Hannah Smith's come on every single time, either scored or set up, and has run back off. I'm not sure she's done a defence set yet, but she keeps the scoring, so why change it?
Hannah Crisp puts the ball down. Oh, it's a handling error.
Yeah, an unforced one there. Scotland won't be happy with that.
Down it goes. Belgium coming through the middle.
This is better. So them going forward actually puts Scotland under a bit of pressure. They're now going to try and put the ball towards the wing.
Oh, nice.
And Lissy just makes the touch there.
Almost came off there. Just that little switch pass. A close pass in. This is much better from Belgium.
Yeah, I like how Belgium when they go forward, they put Scotland under a bit more pressure than they do when they go laterally. So it'd be nice to see if they could do that. Scotland is looking to get some subs on now, so they're just going to go towards their sub box. They'll run a nice play. It's third coming up here. They'll be at halfway. It's probably a new set of 6. No one knows. The referee's not actually given it yet. So is it a new set of 6? We don't know. If it's 4, this is 5th. So they didn't get a fresh set of 6. So they've got to throw the ball. Unlucky.
Almost went out to Lucy Witherspoon once again. It's Belgium who have the ball. They're deep in their own half and 40 seconds remaining in the half. So they're going to have to work hard to try and get a scoring opportunity here. Touches to halfway.
So Belgium have done really nice here. They've gone forward all the way and they've got past halfway on 4. You know, if they just had a bit of a move through the 5th, something on 5th, can they set something up? No, that's it. But look at where they've started. They start on the 7 metre line. They've ended near the Scottish's 7 metre line. That is actually a really good outcome for them, and that's what they'll be looking to do more.
So 9-1 Scotland lead over Belgium as the hooter goes for half time. We are going to head back to the studio. Ian, over to you.
Yeah, thank you very much, John. And as you can see, we're going to give you a little bit of a mascot update. It's day 3 of the European Touch Championships, and that means we have quite a lot of fun. The rules are simple. Every team has their own mascot. It's up to the other team to steal it and bring it into the if you lose it, you're in charge of the mascot. If you lose it, there's penalties or all sorts of fines. So you name it, it's decided by the team what you have to do. It could be a forfeit, who knows. At the minute here, we have the Welsh dragon. There we go. Got it right, Mike. Now we have the Welsh dragon there. So Wales, we have the mascot. We also have another one for Scotland because there's multiple teams. Look at that. What a mascot that is. What an absolute cracker. That looks really, really good. Right, let's pop that down. Because I'm also getting reports that there is a giant octopus in round 2 as well. Yes, one of the other Scottish teams has a giant octopus. We're going to try and get our hands on that. But what a day we're having. Day 3 of the European Touch Championship here in Nottingham. The weather is playing its part. The atmosphere and the action on the field has been heating up, and it's only going to get hotter as we make our way through the afternoon. Let's hand back to your commentary team for the second half. Enjoy.
Many thanks, Ian, as we're waiting for the start of the second half. So Scotland in a very, very strong position, 9-1 ahead. But Belgium certainly can be not happy because they're down, but they can be happy with some of the things that they've done in the first half. Mainly that breakaway try.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can see, we can see the field here, John. And the Belgian coach is actually trying to explain what they need to be doing, and he is really trying here. And you know, he's learning. The Belgians are learning. The Belgian players are learning, and they should be really happy with what they did in that first half. They didn't do much wrong. It's just literally the speed that they're not used to doing that at this speed. So I think there's a few things that they can fix up, but I think over time they'll get there.
2 minutes to go until we start the second half. Let's have a look at this women's open in a bit more depth. So England top 6 from 6. I mean, it's quite hard to sort of see anyone but them taking the title over, but you never know, especially when it comes to the knockouts.
Oh, absolutely. Touch footy when it's knockout is always a different game, right? If the bit of pressure comes on, because the pressure isn't on in England. They've not lost a game yet. Everyone expects them to win, including you, Jono. And you know, when that pressure is on, people can crack. And will they be able to handle that pressure? I think they can. I think they will. But we don't know. Wales can actually make a make a run for it here.
Yeah, I mean Wales 3 wins, 3 losses. Scotland 4-2. That's likely to go to 5-2 after this game. France also 4-2. And we've seen how fluent the French are in all the categories that they played, and they'll pose a threat as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the French are just doing what the French do very well. They enjoy their rugby, they want to get on the outside, they want to keep the ball alive, and then when the opportunity arises, they go back to play in touch, dump on the correct player, and set up a scoring opportunity. I think if it goes to a semi-final, I'm still going to back Wales over one of the other countries, maybe France or Scotland, just because of the experience they've got. But you know, that could be me calling it out, and I could be absolutely wrong. I think England are the favourites and probably will take it out. But again, finals footy, it's always hard to say.
It's Belgium here going to start off. We are going to see them on here later on today at 5:15, their final match as they take on Ireland. So it'd be interesting to see if they put anything into practice from here, so anything that they've learned into that game against the Irish.
Yeah, and it's the same for everything. Oh, they nearly run a good shot there, but the ball was just behind the Belgium number 10, Jana Martins. They just got the timing wrong, but again, it was a good line. So I think if they start to connect, then they might be able to get a few scores here. I think like every other team here, they want to build from game 1 to game 10, 11 and 12 into Saturday, and then take away from what they can take away. So it'll be really interesting to see. It's just got to get the ball away. No, good touch by the Belgian winger number 2 there, Jean. So yeah, really good defensive set by Belgium.
So Belgium have the ball back just beyond their 7 metre. Just a slight delay at the moment.
I think it was a hard touch there, so Belgium get a new set of 6.
Comes the wing, oh, well taken.
Yeah, good hand.
Oh, confusion. Head in hand moment, and she knows that was the wrong option as players were going off.
No communication there, unfortunately. And I actually like how Belgium, apart from that mistake, which was unfortunate, the way they sub off, they've got that bit down to a T really. They take one up the middle, they then take one to the sideline, and then they take one direct drive, and they do that pretty much every single time. So they're obviously working on that from training, and then they just need to work on what they do. Oh, is that a good dive? That's a great touch by the touching middle there, number 1, Clara Drews. She actually, she made the touch. She turned her back on Hannah, unfortunately, which we don't advise doing. She's then got onside anyway and still made the touch from a diving Hannah Chris.
Chris found it again.
And just a conventional quickie. She's going to step back. Good ball to the wing.
Well covered.
It was a man-on situation, so probably the wrong idea. But the ball was great. And next time she sets this up, she'll look to step back, I think.
Yeah, there she goes.
Now she's got the overlap. I can't connect this time either.
So Belgium will have the ball back, soaking up some Scottish pressure here, but coming out without conceding, which is they're going to look at as an improvement.
Well, absolutely. They've looked after their short side. So we talk about short side and open side as defensive policy. And anything short side you shouldn't concede on, and Belgium have just done that twice really well. So it's really good. I think they just need to look on their open side defence a bit more. This is the best drive I've seen Belgium do. They've got their hands away. Can they get on the outside? Go! Unlucky. The referee's intervened here with a touch and pass. Let's say he's been a bit harsh.
Scotland have it again. They're going to go towards the sub boxes. They make changes. Chris stays on though, but she goes to the box now and gets the change. So new pod on for Scotland.
Good hands, good step there.
It's wind picking up again, starting to blow across the balcony.
Bit brisk when that wind comes.
It is. Here comes Scotland again. Oh, it's not completed, and Belgium will have the ball back.
Yeah, ball to ground. So we'll just watch what Belgium do here. I actually like how they sub off. So they get the first one, they go forwards. The second one to the winger, it's still going forwards. Is she going to go around the wing? No, she gets caught, but she makes a touch. Referee's going to come here for her over the mark. I think it's very tough. But I think one of Belgium's strengths is their driving. They can go forward, they know what they're doing. I would just like to see what they do when they go over halfway. I think the referee was very harsh on that one.
So Scotland will have it back, and it's an opportunity for them to put another try on the board if they use it correctly. But Belgium defending very well so far.
Yeah, good sweeper play, but really good defence from the Belgian defender. She's looked after a short side and stayed man on, and then she's looked to make the touch with two hands and given a hard touch away. So all her hard work has been undone. Sweeper the other way for Scotland, get on the outside. Again, really good defence here from Belgium.
It is. They've really tightened up. They've not conceded this second half. They've really tightened up. So that's probably one thing that he was talking about here. We mentioned that the coach was talking to them in the half-time interval, and it's probably just about tightening up when Scotland are on the attack, and it seems to be working really well so far.
Yeah, so the far wing actually came in, shut down that overlap, and they couldn't get the ball away. They've then drove to their own 10-metre line, got a hard touch penalty because they've put the Scottish defenders under some pressure, and they've got a penalty now, so they're just going to go try and get forward and see what they can do now.
That's their touch.
So I'd just like to see them go forward a bit more in the attacking half. If they go forward more, they'll create more options. We're in an overlap, intercept here by...
It's a zero touch. Scotland have it again. They're going to go to the sub-boxes. That's the first touch. And that's the second, and they're over halfway. So looking better from an attacking perspective for the Scots. Just held up a little now. Belgium again allowing themselves to regroup. Belgium have it back.
Yeah, just over the mark there again. I think it's so static that I think the referee can just allow play on, but you know, Belgium won't be arguing that. They've got the ball now, and they hopefully get into the Scottish half to attack at that line.
Here they come with Norch Martres.
Fifth touch, they've got a scoop, they've got an overlap. They got the ball away, unfortunate.
And I think that's just maybe their lack of experience is they just seem to panic a little bit in that last and just tend to just throw it to the side, and it's more of a hit and hope than a structured passing.
So
pass.
if you look at their driving pattern, we'll talk through it again when they next get it, because I actually backed them to not let Scotland score in this set because the defence has been so. Watch me jinx it. But as Scotland scoop through. Oh, and I have jinxed it, haven't I? I apologise, Belgium.
Yeah, Hannah Chris goes through and puts the ball down. Good move.
Oh no, I haven't jinxed it. It was a forward pass, and I'm sorry, Scotland. I'm celebrating because I didn't want to jinx Belgium. So if we watch Belgium's drive here, they always go forward on number one, and that's a brilliant skill to have. Number two, they're always going forward. Number three, can they go forward again? They are. So they're halfway now on third touch. You know, I'd just like them to go forward a bit more on four, and then when they set up this touch for five, that they go forward instead of sideways. And I think that is just the experience that they haven't got, or are they dumping on the correct player? So we look to scoop on a player that's offside, whereas at the moment Belgium are going towards the player that is 7 metres back and is onside. So I think that is the experience side, but on the positive side, they're getting up the field, and that's really impressive to see. And the defence has been brilliant in the second half, by the way.
It's been absolutely superb. Yet to see, they almost did there, but there was a forward pass.
I don't think it was a hint, just missed.
And is a little bit of frustration maybe creeping into Scotland there.
Maybe tiredness as well. You know, we're in the second half, day 3. It's hard out there. You know, the ground's getting harder. It's hot. It's breezy. You know, you've got relentless Belgians running at you. You know, lucky a bit of confusion there. Yeah, so there's definitely a bit of confusion and a bit of tiredness there. They're not running as hard as they were in the first half, and maybe that's because they've got that big lead now.
Yeah, so I suppose in a competition like this, where you are playing several games a day over multiple days, games where you can maybe reserve a little in the tank are really important for further on in the competition.
Absolutely. So Scotland have come out in the first half and really put a score on Belgium, and hopefully they can just tick over now. They don't need to score any because they're not really under any pressure if they score another one here. Oh, she caught it!
No.
Oh, we need to see a replay of that one. I think what a dive! Oh, she's so unfortunate to not score this one. Was it forward? I think the pass was forward, but I want to see if she would have scored this. The sweeper comes round. The ball goes forward, but look at this Superman in the air. Oh, she's dropped it, but it is a great effort.
Fabulous effort. We'll see it from behind here.
Oh, what a view this is going to be. Just need some music on the back of that one, don't you? I'm not going to do it though. Need Sean from the England Mixed 30s back to do some tunes for that.
Yeah, it's a great view from behind the goal, and it was so close for Scotland. I tell you what, if it had been taken, it would have been a spectacular try.
It would have been up there with Toby Phillips's dive over the French defence yesterday in the mixed open division. I think that's a try of the tournament for me so far, because it was so spectacular, whereas that would have been up there.
A somersault from an almost standing start. It's going to be tough to beat.
Yes, absolutely. And it was a game. England only had 5 players. France had 6 as well. And Toby is. I don't know what he's done there.
I've heard he might dine out on that one for a while.
Yeah, I think he is dining out on it. Unfortunately, if I know Toby, he's going to be wearing a shirt with that picture on Saturday night. Girls, look at me, he says.
Here comes Scotland again as they reach the 7-metre line. Good speed here. Oh, she's down. And they do finally have a score.
Yeah, that was Hannah Smith again. So we said in the first half she just came on, attacked and then ran off. Looks like she's going to do something similar here. They just ran a simple switch play really. The link chopped in, Hannah Smith went round and she got on the outside of the link. Belgium have been defending so tight, so well this second half that they're probably a bit tired and they got on the outside and the crack was open, the hole was open.
Almost 12 minutes they managed in this second half.
And again, we spoke about those small wins for Belgium. It's not even a small win. That's huge for them. They should be so proud of what they've just done there, because that is their goal. They don't want to concede every 2 minutes like they have done in some games, and that is a massive win for Belgium. I'm really impressed at how they've conducted themselves in this second half and how they've driven forward and given the Scotland something to think about.
Yes, certainly they have. Belgium at the 7-metre. Now they space out. There was space out on the right hand side. And I suppose that's going to be their goal now. Is try and work and get that second try.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, I've been saying it all half. They've done so well to get up the other end of the field and give opportunities. And they had an opportunity there. It doesn't matter about the outcome of that, of whether they score or not. It's about whether they actually set that up. And they had that opportunity to scoop short side. Everyone shut in. The winger was open. Unfortunately, the execution wasn't there. But that's okay because you're doing the right thing. If you keep working on that in training and in games, that execution comes. You can't do it if you're not trying it and executing the right thing. So yeah, fair play to Belgium here. They're really putting in an effort, and they're not even allowing Scotland to go all the way down the field now. They're beating them in the midfield defence as well.
Belgium on the ball again, looking for another deep drive. going to make the change here. Final touch as they get fresh legs on, but it's turned back over to Scotland.
Good midfield defence there by Scotland. I think they'll look to try and get another score. If you look in their sub box, they've got their sub players ready to go on. You know, they're priming themselves, going, you know, get off, we want to get on. So you can see the 4 of them walking up and down that sub box. There'll be 4 coming on now. It'll be interesting to see what they do. Straight drive winger gets the ball back. She goes forward. Lost a bit of momentum, but the last subbing player comes on. They're going to run a 32 player, 32 short. Is the wrapper on? They're looking to go scoop. And they've got a long ball.
Space on the left-hand side, but not taken this time.
So
Lucy Witherspoon, and that, in the first half we saw how superb she was on the wing. Just unfortunately not able to grab the ball that time for yet another try for her.
No, but Scotland, really good drive, really good set-up play from their transition. Again, a bit like that one from Belgium. It doesn't matter about whether they scored it or not. It's about that they're doing the right thing pre-touch, pre that scoop. So it was a good drive.
Scotland start again, 10 metres in from the halfway line.
Oh, nearly got another intercept there. It was Belgium's number 6 who nearly got that intercept, and imagine if they got 2 intercept scores in the game.
Dazzler, she got the first one as well.
Oh, she
did.
Imagine
Yeah. If she'd have got.
She'd have been dancing off the field.
So into the final 5 minutes now. Scotland certainly not had things all their own way this second half. They probably did in the first, but just the one score they've got to show in this second 20 minutes. And that's credit to the work that Belgium have put in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Belgium on the ball again. And again, it's another fair drive from them. Final
Fifth
touch.
They just needed to know what the touch count was.
I think that's something as well, that they just seem to be losing the count as they're going, especially when they're getting to sort of towards 4 and 5.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you're absolutely right there, John. They're working so hard. Oh, that was a touch pass, was it? Or ball down at least anyway. So the outcome was the same for Belgium. They've got the ball back. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right on that point there, John. They're working so hard and to get up the field that they're forgetting the touch count. So sometimes what happens in all grades when that's happening is you would like your sub box or someone in the sub box or even your wingers to shout what count it is, because you're working so hard. You know, when you're running it so hard, you lose the ability to think for yourself. So if someone's shouting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then someone knows it's fifth touch and we can set up a scoop. So potentially that's something that can work. You can now see Belgium number 10, Jana Martins, putting her hand up. You know, it was fifth, so she's just done it, and they got it was just again. But so this is what the same thing that happened last time. Jana Martins was like, it's fifth touch coming, so they've set up a strike play, so they actually know when it is fifth touch what to do. It's just they need to make sure that they know it's fifth touch each time. So potentially they have their wingers in the future counting the touch count, and potentially that will help them on that fifth touch strike done.
Scotland driving ahead, but again, this Belgian defence has been excellent.
It really has. It really has. Scotland have gone laterally a lot more. They haven't gone as forward. I think it's the same thing that Belgium did really in the first half. They went laterally and instead of going forwards.
Good through. She's the half she needs. Somebody open, and she finds Stephanie Tulloch, who puts the ball down.
Yeah, and this one's just a great step from Scotland's number 7, Leah Gladding. She just steps off her left foot. She goes right into goal, and you can see the number 6 of Belgium just saying, "Everybody, stay on your man, stay on your man. She can't score." Unfortunately, they get free, and they get that score.
So 11-1 Scotland lead, but when you consider that Scotland were 9-1 ahead at half time, Belgium are going to take great heart from this second half performance.
Oh, yeah, 100%. 100%. You know, you'd be coming off that pitch saying, I've had a really good second half here, and I'm going to take a lot from that, and I'm going to take that into the next game against, I think it's Ireland that you said Belgium are playing next. And I, you know, if they play like this and they carry on going forward and work on that fifth touch, I think the fifth touch is their biggest work on. And if they can work on that, then I see them scoring more tries. And that was just another score by Scotland there.
Yeah, it's Carmen Cree going over.
That was Hannah Smith just setting that scoop up. So Hannah Smith has done quite a lot of work in attack this game, and they've set up try number 3 for this half.
So Belgium will start again with the tap off. 40 seconds to go in the game. Probably be the last drive of the game.
Interesting now, John, I don't know if you can hear it, but the Belgians are now shouting. I don't know, I'm not saying it's me, but they are starting to shout. So this is 4th, so hopefully they can set something up for 5. I'd love to see another score here. Then they can't get touched now though, so they've got to keep the ball alive. They keep it alive. Can they do something? Oh, unlucky.
Touched on the way through. That is the final whistle, so it does finish 12-1 to Scotland. But Belgium are going to be heartened by their second half performance. Really tightened up